This hangout is on air and is live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Comics with Bueller. It's Friday night, and I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. I know I've kind of been away from things for a while. I've been trying to do the best I can, putting up a video here and there. Did the live stream last Friday, and that was a disaster. But I'm feeling pretty good. I still have a little bit of a cough. I'm still drinking tea, which is the absolute worst. Come on. I am not a tea drinker by any means, but if it makes me feel a little bit better, then I'm going to do it for the time being. And then you better believe that once I can start drinking my regular coffee, I will be doing so. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing great. I'm feeling good. I do have my cough drops here. I'll pop one in right now just to be safe because I am coughing a little bit. But hopefully everybody can hear me okay and see me okay. Sort of bad echo. Is there an echo that's coming through? I don't know. I don't think there should be. But if there is, let me know. Robert said there's an echo. Is anybody else hearing the echo? Let's see. Discovery Bay says, I have that same mic. I know you do. I saw it on your video the other day. Sam, does everything sound and look okay? Let's take a quick couple seconds, make sure everything's okay. If Sam says it's okay, then I'm going to stick with my buddy, Sam. So anyway, it is Friday night. Everyone's going to be a thumbs up. That's awesome. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Like I said, I'm doing good. I got a lot of stuff to kind of go over for you guys and some nice topics. We're going to talk about the Joker trailer that came out earlier this week, and I have some thoughts on that. And we're going to talk about the Major X, the Rob Liefeld entry into the Marvel Universe, his newest entry. And we'll talk about that wonderful thing that is. So it should be a lot of fun. But let's see here. Let's see who's all in here, man, because there's a lot of people in here so far. We're just starting. Caleb Murphy, how's it going? Of course, my buddy Sam. We got Robert Galvin. He's always here for me. Jeff Comics, everybody. Jeff Comics 813. Tomorrow is his birthday, so happy pre-birthday. He did a live stream a little bit ago. I had an opportunity to jump in and say hello. We got Rod, just the weekend. How you doing? Lee Stimson, hello. Joshua, how's it going? He asked me if I was feeling better. As you guys can probably tell, I'm feeling better. So that's good to know. Of course, Bob World. Good friend of mine, Comic Guy, hello. Steve Whiting, of course, Steve's in here because Steve's awesome. And he said Bueller passed out pre-show. Nope, not passed out, man. I'm alive and kicking, man. So I'm doing all right. Steve's another great guy. James is in here. James got to meet him a few weeks back. Love meeting him. Great guy. Perry Comics, hello. What's going on, man? Good to have you in here. We got D Comic Queen. She was one of my guests about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. It was great having her on. Of course, we got Discovery Bay in here. DS Comics, hello. Mastodon, how's it going, Don? Good to have you. Comic Collection Agency, what's going on? Cleveland Comic Noob, awesome. Love her. She's just so cool, man. I sit there and I watch her stuff on Instagram and her videos and stuff. And she got the day off the other day and she went comic hunting. And Cleveland Comic Noob, I hope she does some YouTube stuff. She does a lot of stuff on Instagram, but I'm assuming eventually she'll dip into YouTube. I'm just putting that out there for you, Cleveland Comic Noob. Love to have you on the channel. Let's see. BMW Chino, hello. Double S, what's up, my man? Are you excited for WrestleMania this weekend? I know I am. Swagger Not 88, hello. Copper Age Commando, CDP, Cleveland Comic New with the super chat there. Thank you so much. Brandon, hello. Oh, what Brandon said something. Let's see, what did Brandon say? It just jumped up again. What's your opinion on Liefeld? Hey, man, we're going to get to it, man. I got an opinion on that. So I'm looking forward to it. Snowball, what's going on? Wingnuts in here. King of the Golden State. Robert Johnson. Chris. Ah, man. Cape Mayor 1. Just keeps on. Reggie Simmons. Man, that guy. Reggie Simmons, IFBB Pro. He called this a sweater vest on his live stream earlier today. Reggie Simmons. The balls on that guy. This is not a sweater vest. This is a leather vest. You don't mess with the vest. Reggie is a great guy. I don't know how he could get this mixed up with a Boys to Men vest or a Mr. Rogers vest. But Reggie, this is a leather vest. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin vest. That's the type of vest I wear, my friend. Reggie the other day put on his community tab. He was asking for ideas for videos. And someone on there said that you should do something with Bueller. And that comment is the most liked comment on that community tab. So Reggie, if you'd like to have me on your show, I'm sure other people would like me to be on your show as well, because you've been on mine. I would be more than happy to discuss clothing, vests, or tank tops, or whatever you want. We can have swords. I'll have my sword. You can have your sword. We can talk about comics as well. But anyway, Reggie Simmons, great guy, good friend, good buddy of mine. He just doesn't know how to tell a leather vest from a sweater vest. Anyway, that's my little rant on Reggie. Webham, how's it going? Michael Pete. Oh, there, look at, he's dying over there. Oh man, that Reggie, he gets me going. Someone, I think it was you. It might have been me. It might have been me who mentioned that, you know. But who knows? Who knows who says things? We really don't know. It's all in the interweb. Nobody can really tell. But anyway, I want to get to a couple things first before I'll get to my weekly polls, and then we'll kind of jump into the Major X. And you guys all know I've talked about Rob Liefeld for a few weeks now because he's been doing covers for different DC books and stuff like that. And you guys kind of know my feeling on that. But so you guys know, there are still, I think, 2 Bueller independent boxes available right now on my eBay page. The link is down below if you're interested in one of the Bueller independent. They're all independent books. There's 2 or 3 boxes still available from this morning. I only put up a small number, but if you're looking for them, the link is down below. You can check it out. You can pick up a box or 2 before they're gone. And once they're gone, I don't do independent boxes very often. I only do them like maybe once a month. And then I'll have my regular boxes probably later next week, and I'll have a nice big batch because I got a new collection, and I got a bunch of books that were donated by Steve and some other people, and you're really going to enjoy those books because there's some good ones. But anyway, there are some of the independent ones left. There's 2 or 3 boxes available now. The link is down below. Okay, let's go ahead and just jump in to some of the weekly polls that I got this week because I got some decent stuff. And of course, I had to start off with a very confusing title, War of the Realms #1. This is that new big, huge arcing storyline that they are doing through Marvel that we're all going to get very confused with very easily. It's only the first issue. I'm already confused. But you know what? Marvel likes to do stuff like this. There was a bunch of variants for this one. My local shop had like 30 of the variants. I was surprised. And they said they hardly sold any of them. So my guess is the War of the Realms here in a couple months will be in Bueller boxes because I'll be finding these in the 50-cent bins within 2 months. So future Bueller box material right there. I didn't read the story yet. I'll probably get to it this weekend. This is the variant I went with. This was the Battle Lines variant. I thought that was kind of cool looking from the different ones. I think there's the ones I saw. There were some other nice ones, so you can't really go wrong. So I picked that one up. So I still do have a little bit of a cough. Gino Comics and more. What's going on? Nerds and Geeks. Hello. Brandon Smaley. Is that right? I don't know. Jail. Gonna hold it together. I'm feeling better, but I still got the cough. My apologies ahead of time. Of course, my main stable is Immortal Hulk. Yeah, I'm holding it in. Immortal Hulk #16. Very great series. I have the whole run. This has been on my pull list from the very beginning. From the very beginning. from the very beginning, this has been on the list. All right, hold on. Let me get a sip of water. Hopefully that helps out a little bit. My apologies, guys. It's going to happen a little bit. But yeah, I've got number one, all first prints, all the A covers, which are the best covers, really. So I've been picking these up. Lately, I think that over the last probably 8 issues, I've been doubling up, getting 2 copies of it. So for the first 8 issues, I got just 1 copy, and from pretty much 9 to 16, I have 2 copies. So very cool book. All first printings I have in my collection. And then this was on my top 10 list, and I think I got 2 of them. I don't know how I ended up with 2, but it's Deadpool number 11 with a unicorn and a flying unicorn at that. So I had to get that. I like unicorns. Another fan of unicorns is Reggie Simmons, IFBB Pro. Big fan of unicorns. I know you guys don't know that, but he texts me pictures of unicorns on a daily basis. And big fan of unicorns. Hashtag Reggie loves unicorns. But anyway, this book is really cool looking. I believe this was limited to 1 customer on Midtown, and I picked up a couple. They're not really hard to get. I don't know if they're selling for more than cover price. I don't think they are, but just a really neat looking cover, and wanted to pick that up. And then I got a DC book, and this is the B cover for the Green Lantern number 6 by Grant Morrison. I've really enjoyed this series. It's one of the DC books I've liked from the very beginning, and all the way up to issue 6 has been really good. You know, the Heroes in Crisis. I enjoyed that series, but it's kind of dropped off over the last 2 or 3 issues. Started out strong, kind of faded. This one's been pretty strong from the very beginning. A little confusing in the beginning, but I got into it after I started reading a couple more issues. But very cool cover. I was happy to pick that one up. Very cool. Okay, now we're going to get into the my pick of the week, which is Major X. I mean, look at that goodness right there. Major X. Oh my God, it's hard to say. But I'll tell you this. Don't sleep on this book. I know of some shops that didn't even order any of them. And I would not sleep on this book just for the simple fact that it's kind of I almost hate to say it, but there's a little bit of a joke to it. Let's just be honest. But you know what? This book, whether good or bad, this book is going to make comic book history. and whether you want it to be known for history is good or for bad, who knows? But this will leave its mark on comic books for years to come. Whether we like to admit that or not, it's going to do it. But I want to jump into it, and I'm going to take it out of the package here, and I'll probably wrinkle it and bend it and stuff. And you know what? That's fine, because I do that for most of the books that I keep. But I read it, and I'm full spoilers on this book. I read it, and I actually enjoyed the story. I thought it was engaging, and just so everyone knows, the artwork and the cover and the story is all by Rob Liefeld himself. Apparently he had some time on his hands. And but I read the story. I thought it was pretty decent. It engaged me. I mean, it's not groundbreaking by any means, but it wasn't bad. There's this Major X guy rides a motorcycle called the Mother Bike, and I think that's what it's called, the Mother Bike, and motorcycle or something like that. And that's like this thing to where he can jump through dimensions by riding the Mother Bike. And I thought that was interesting that that there's a Mother Bike in there. But I want to show you guys some of the artwork. And I was really curious about the internal artwork. And I'm going to show some internal stuff. So this is Cable right there. And apparently Cable has lost some weight. And just very interesting artwork. I'm talking about the full body pose of Cable. Okay, so I want you guys to see that. And you can see the other things as well. And let me pull up this other one. You know, I want you to focus on Cable on this one. Okay. So here is Rob Liefeld's version of Cable here in 2019. All right. Here is the version we are familiar with. Rob Liefeld's version of Cable back in, whatever year this came out, 1990 something. But anyway, you can see 1991. There's Rob Liefeld's version of Cable in 91. All right. Here is another version of Rob Liefeld's Cable in 1992, I believe. Doesn't look bad. I actually kind of like that cover. I think it pops really good. Okay. Let's go ahead and look back at his version now. See the arm that's holding the gun? Notice how the arm is not lined up with the rest of his body. It's like coming out of his pectoral muscle. It doesn't make any sense. See, on his other shoulder, it's way up high, and then the arm that's holding the gun is way lower set on his body. Very, very interesting. All right. So we see this. We'll show that Cable again. So obviously there's a difference. We'll see if we can't get a side-by-side kind of thing going on. If I can get the glare off. Almost the same. No, not really. But anyway, you guys see what I'm talking about. Okay. Here's another cover of X-Force, Rob Liefeld. I really like this cover. I think it's pretty good. It shows a bunch of characters. It's got Cable. It's very, the artwork I think is pretty good. There's some omissions in there, the feet type thing and the stuff like that we're all aware of. But all in all, not a bad looking cover. My theory is that Rob Liefeld is regressing as far as his artwork. It's like I look at this, okay, and I look at this, okay. This came out yesterday or this week. This is like beginner's artwork right there. This is where you should probably begin when you're like in comic book industry type thing, not like just a basic drawing a picture, but when you're in the industry and you're learning and doing stuff, this is probably basic stuff, okay? And then eventually you get to something nice and pretty and presentable like that. Through years of hard work and dedication, you learn and, the body and all that stuff. So, but this is the opposite. This came out this week. This came out 30 years ago. So this is what we should be seeing now, but instead we see stuff like that. So I don't know what is going on, but there's definitely a problem with his artwork degrading over the years. Now, that being said, I want to go to this next panel, and this next panel right here, which has this Dreadpool, and I'm not familiar with Dreadpool. I don't know if this is the first appearance of Dreadpool, but this drawing of Dreadpool is actually pretty good. I mean, I saw that panel. I said, you know what? That's not a bad drawing of that character. In comparison to the other drawing that's on the other side of Cable, comparing to that one, I think there's a big difference. And I don't know what it is that's making his artwork such a different. I mean, it ranges in scale from like the Cable one just being awful to this one being pretty good. And then his older stuff, one of my favorites. And let's be honest, Rob Liefeld's older work got a lot of people into comics. I know a lot of people started collecting comics because they saw X-Force #1, or they saw the New Mutants, or they saw all that stuff that Image was doing. Let's kind of go into some other panels and see what we can find. Here is a full body shot of Major X. And that's, God, it's just like a basic drawing that, I mean, I used to draw a little bit, okay? I could draw that. If I sat down and wanted to draw that, I could probably draw that to the T. Now, as far as the coloring goes and stuff like that, probably not so. But as far as just a simple black and white, I could probably draw that. And probably a lot of you guys probably could too. But we're talking about Rob Liefeld, one of the best known artists or comic book creators of our generation. And I should not be able to draw as good as he does. Now, this is the last panel. And this has the excuse me, water break. I'm trying. This has the it shows the identity of Major X. Okay, and it is a full panel of Major X himself. Turns out he is related to Cable, and that's all I'll say. You guys can figure it out. But that is the full panel of Major X, and there you go. And something about his abs, how he does the abs, because we all remember Rob Liefeld and his line work in a bunch of his characters. Like he would just put lines like right after each other in the same direction over and over and over. Now it looks like he's just scribbling. He's like just doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this all over the same pattern. And I noticed that he does that quite a bit with the with the abs. God, that pisses me off. Sorry, guys. And then this last one, this is in 2 weeks. This is issue 2. And this has a full picture of Wolverine, which this is probably one of the worst. Wolverine's head does not look like it's attached to the body. What the hell is that? I'm sorry, but sometimes I don't mean to talk bad about anybody, but I'm just going to say it. Rob Liefeld, you can do better, and you have done better. You have some of the most classic pieces of art that I've seen for Marvel books and Image Comics. And if you think that that is good, Mr. Liefeld, you need to go back and look at your work that you've done in the years past in the 90s and say, damn, something's wrong, because that is not good. All right. He is capable of much more. And that's why I think that a lot of people have such a problem. It's not like he started that way and it's always been that way. He started with stuff that's, like I said, some of the main, just like this just example, some of the main covers that grabbed my attention, that were sitting on the shelf, that sold me books. And then he's ending with crap like this, as far as artwork goes. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. You don't see any progression. You see regression or whatever it is. And it's happened to him probably more so than anybody else as far as in our comic industry. Now, like I said, I enjoyed the actual book itself. I enjoyed the story. It's kind of engaging. I enjoyed the characters that he brought in. We see a bunch of that X-Force. We have Wolverine. We have the Dreadpool. We have Deadpool. I don't know if there's a difference. The Cable, all those guys. We have Beast is in there, and he uses one of his famous lines and stuff like that. And there's some hidden little quirks in there, references from old stuff and things. There's some, I think Deadpool says something about shoulder pads or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny, So there's all these little references that he's put in there that are pretty funny. So I'm excited. I'll get number 2, but I'm going to say this. He's probably already drawn it. I would love to see one of these issues come out. I think this is a limited 5 or 6 issue series. Imagine if we get one of these books that looks like what we were used to back in the 90s. People would flip. They'd be like, hey, where has this been? I've been staring at these Action Comics or Superman comics that he's done the covers for. And I've said this in the past. They're so bad, they're good. And that's the reason why I bought them, because I thought they were so bad, they were good. So what's your thoughts? I'm curious to see what you guys said. Did anybody pick this book up? Like I said, I don't think you should sleep on this book. I think this book will actually have some value to it down the road. Let me look in the chat here. we're getting some people, and I think I probably missed some super chats in there. Try not to cough, all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Let's see. My apologies, guys. The coughing thing is still sticking around a little bit, but I'm doing the best I can. Let's go up here. I think I saw some from Bill, Economics of Comics. I hope you're doing better. I am doing better. Like I said, I still got the cough, but that's dying down. There's all these little unicorns. Those must be for Reggie. See, he even put in there, Reggie Simmons, 2 unicorns rock. Told you guys, loves them. Let's see. We got a super chat from Robert Gowan. So happy to have you back, bro. You look pretty darn awesome tonight. Well, thank you, sir. I'm sorry about the coughing. I'm doing my best. We got Bear Island Comics, Red Meadows. Hello, hello. Let's see. Rant, Anthony Thomas. Hello. Just going up here, just kind of seeing because I was ranting there for a little bit. Nerds versus geeks. What's going on? All right, let me scroll down here. I can send you a care package. That's cool. Reggie's still in here. So nice to have Reggie watching me, looking at my vest, just sitting at home right now. You know, he's sitting at home with his little tank top on, just sitting. He's flexing, you know, his muscles and stuff like that. He just looks in the mirror, just. Oh, my bad. Anyway, let me see here. I'll go up a little bit. Sam's Tango Web, he says Frank Miller has gone off the rails. You know, I heard someone else mention that to me today as well. Frank Miller, his work is getting a little weird, and Robert just said that. But somebody I was talking to today said Frank Miller is slipping as well. So there's 2 main guys that their work is not where it used to be. Let's see. They all have the same drawn mouth. Maybe that's why Major X wears a helmet. Yeah, they definitely all have the same look to them. And here's the thing about artwork. Good or bad, if you can identify someone's artwork, they've done something. I can look at Rob Liefeld's artwork from across the room, and I can tell you who it's his. I can say, yep, that's his. That's his. Oh, that's Todd McFarlane. You know, that's such and such. I can tell that's a Frank Miller. If you have that ability for people to identify your artwork, good or bad, you have accomplished something. And, you know, Rob Liefeld, good or bad, he has accomplished something. On Friday, we flex. That's good. Okay. Nerds versus Geeks. I think you should send Reggie a vest, maybe who would wear it, and the 2 of you share a show together. It would be great. Look at that. Hey Reggie, look at that. Someone else wants us to do a show together. That would be kind of cool. There, the two crazy guys in the vests or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll wear a tank top underneath my vest. Maybe that would be the best of both worlds coming together. Okay, let me go ahead and get to some other things really quick, and then we're going to jump into the Joker trailer, and I have some theories about the Joker trailer, and I'm excited to talk about that. We talked about the Major X thing. Like I said, the artwork itself, for the most 90% of the artwork in the Major X book, okay, it's just, it could be so much better. Rob Liefeld should have a much higher standard for himself. We have a higher standard for him, and he should step up to that higher standard that he set himself back in the 90s. So as far as the artwork goes, about 90% of the book, it's hard to look at. The story itself, I thought it was decent, above average. It engaged me, and I'm looking forward to the next book. And hopefully, instead of 90% of the artwork being horrible, only 50% of the artwork being horrible. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Something came up today that was brought to my attention that I thought was really lame, and Sam pointed it out to me today. And this is kind of off topic, but apparently YouTube has decided to not let people who have less than 1,000 subscribers do live streams using a mobile device. And so apparently you can still do live streams on like a laptop or something like that, But as far as a mobile device, you can no longer do live streams unless you have 1,000 or more subscribers. I didn't know about that. I think it's kind of dumb. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. It doesn't really make any sense. If you guys heard something why they did that, feel free to fill me in. But I thought that was just a little bizarre that they would just up and start. I didn't even hear anything about it until it was actually done. Usually YouTube will usually let you know ahead of time, and then they roll it out, and then all of a sudden they just did it. So maybe I just missed the boat. But I thought that was kind of dumb because I think the more people who get the chance to live stream or interact and stuff like that, I think the more the better. And so, you know what? I don't know if there's any way you can communicate with YouTube firsthand, but I'm sure if enough people kind of make a stink about it, and I think it's something that should be done because I think there shouldn't be limits to how many people that are subscribed to you in order to be able to do something like that. I think it should be available to everyone. Because YouTube is an open platform and it shouldn't be regulated to a certain number on the subscription total. So I think that's kind of lame. I want to talk about something kind of cool. So comics and coffee and comments. Okay. One of my favorite shows. It's almost on episode 40. My daughter has convinced me to change the name of the show from it's Comics, Coffee, and Comments. It's now going to be called Coffee, Comics, and Comments. So we're just switching the two, the coffee and the comics, switching those, and we're flip-flopping them, and it'll be the same show. Most people actually call it Coffee and Comics, so I figure might as well. So the next episode, which will be on Monday morning, this coming Monday, will be called Coffee and Comments, or I can't get it right. Coffee, Comics, and Comments. So it should be a lot of fun. And we have a new set designed for the Coffee, Comics, and Comments episodes. Most of you guys are aware of the red couch I would sit on. That red couch has taken a beating. As you guys might be aware, Sam house sat for me a few weeks back, Sam Stanger Webb. I don't know what he did to that couch, but it's never been the same since. So we are dumping the couch. And we will have a new set. Sorry, Sam. We'll have a new set, and you guys can see it Monday morning. It'll be a little more with a table and a new backdrop, and I hope you guys like it. And so, still same format. So different set, different name, same show. All right, let me take another cough drop. Okay, another thing on my list, and we'll get to the Joker trailer here in a second. We are getting very close to the 5,000 subscriber mark. We're single digits now, I think, or not single digits. We're in double digits now. Before we were like 100 and some odd away. Now we're only like 80 something away from 5,000 subscribers. We are doing a 5,000 subscriber contest giveaway like I did back in the day. My last one I did was for 750 subscribers. I can't remember if Reggie won that or something like that, but Reggie's here, so he can talk about this a little bit. He won one of my contests, and he won one of the ones where I sent him like a 40-pound box of comics and toys and all this other stuff. And that's what we're doing again. We're giving away something huge, a big, huge box of goodies, comics, toys, supplies. People from my sponsors are going to donate stuff, and we're all going to be sending it your way. So that's just right around the corner of the 5,000 subscriber contest. It'll be a lot of fun, and I'll let Reggie enter this one, even though he's won in the past. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the Joker thing. I want to talk about the Joker trailer, and let's go ahead and get some responses, good or bad. The Joker trailer, did you see it this week? Did you see the Joker trailer this week? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your opinion on it? I have a theory that's probably not very going to be well received, but I think it's going to be something that could possibly happen. Let's see. Ed T said I said awesome. Sam hasn't seen it yet. Not surprised. Reggie saw it. What do you think, Reggie? You think it was good? Steve Spock gave it 2 thumbs up and a piece. Loved it. Joker looks so good. Reggie did not care for it. Big surprise. Reggie didn't care for it. I think he had a vest on or something. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the Joker trailer. First things first. Any question about Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker? I think that's out the door. I think there was a lot of question at first whether he could do it. And I think from this trailer, I think he's going to knock it out of the park. So as far as that goes, Joaquin Phoenix, great choice. I think he's going to do great. The trailer engaged me and stuff like that. So no question about it. I think he is going to do fantastic. So I know there was a big hubbub about him in the first place. And let's face it, Joker is not an easy role to play. I mean, we all know what happened to Heath Ledger. You know, it's just horrific. You know, it's not an easy thing to step into and take over. The same thing with like a Batman role. Same thing with like a Superman role. Any iconic character, you're almost digging your own grave if you're stepping into that role, if you're not able to knock it out of the park. And I think with the Joker, it's even more so that way. And I think because of the history of like Heath Ledger and Jack and all those guys. But I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to knock it out of the park. I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. One thing I took away from this trailer is that they really, really wanted to paint the Joker as the victim. That's the first thing I saw from him. He is a victim. He is a loner. He is an outcast. He does not know how to interact with society. He's by himself all the time. They painted him so hard as a victim in this trailer. Now, the trailer is only a couple minutes long. The movie is going to be a couple hours long. So I'm curious to see how that portrays. It's hard for me to accept a complete psychopath, murderous person, which the Joker is, as a victim. And that is the way that they are portraying him to be, as a victim of his environment, a victim of people, you know, picking on him. What point does that turn you in to a psychopath, murderous, you know, villain? I don't think there is a certain point where that makes you that thing. But that is the way that they're portraying him to be, a major victim. A few things in the trailer I noticed, and I could be wrong, but there is the part where he is outside of like a gate and there's a little kid and he puts his dirty hands in the kid's mouth and makes him smile. Is that supposed to be Bruce Wayne? And if that is supposed to be Bruce Wayne, I think that is a major thing that kind of leads to my theory about this version of the Joker. Does anyone know for sure if that was supposed to be Bruce Wayne? Because the Waynes are referenced in the movie a few times, and I'd be curious to know if anyone has heard for sure if that is supposed to be Bruce Wayne as a child. Kings of the Golden State says, be sure to check out Lords of the Long Box auction coming up in a few minutes. Hope you feel better, Bueller. Yep. Lords of the Long Box have great auctions. If you guys are looking for really good deals, it's probably coming up here in just a few minutes. And when you're done watching me, go check them out. And maybe you can get some good deals. Or you can do split screen and watch me and watch Lords of the Long Box at the same time. Okay. So I really think that that's supposed to be Bruce Wayne. Now, here's my theory on that being Bruce Wayne, if it is. Obviously, he's a child. The Joaquin Phoenix character of the Joker is much older, 40s, mid-40s, maybe even early, well, maybe not mid-50s or early 50s, but definitely in mid-40s or upper 40s. In the movie, Joker, the character goes, or in the trailer, he goes from the part on the subway where he's sitting there and he gets attacked by the 3 guys in the suits. I'm pretty sure that's the moment when he cracks. I think that's when he cracks. I think we don't see it, but I think that's when he attacks the 3 men and he probably murders those guys. And that's the moment when he cracks and becomes the murderistic Joker character himself. It then shows him running off the platform or whatnot and stuff, or running down the street, and he's wearing the same outfit. So I'm pretty sure that's when he cracks. And then it kind of focuses on him. It looks like he's back at his home, and he's kind of dancing in front of a mirror, and you kind of hear a voiceover of him. So I'm pretty sure that's when he cracks. Now, somewhere, and I'm curious to know the timeline of this movie, because at that point on the subway, I take it that he's nobody. Nobody knows who he is. He hasn't cracked. Okay. And then we jump into the trailer to where he is now a guest star on a talk show type thing. So what has happened between him being nobody to some a talk show wanting him as a guest star on their show? And it looks like he has a bunch of followers that have been, kind of portraying the Joker image. Something has to happen to start that revolution of the people following the Joker, and for him to get up to the point to where he's invited on to a talk show. Now, are they going to do the Frank Miller Dark Knight? Are they going to do the thing when they did in the book where he kills the audience at the talk show? I'll just say it. That'd be awesome. It's a movie, okay? But if they do that, I think that would be an iconic moment. We all know that from the Frank Miller Batman book. If they pull that off, I think that would be really cool. Obviously tragic, people die, but it's a movie, so we got a little bit of leeway. Then we see the Joker fast forward, and he's walking up and down the steps that he initially started off with when he was walking up the steps, and he was hunched over and he just looked defeated and stuff. And now he's walking up the steps, and he's got his Joker outfit on. And he's looking like $1 million. He's dancing up and down the steps. Okay. So how does this timeline of this Joker fit in to Bruce Wayne if that kid was Bruce Wayne? I think, and I'm going out on a wire here, I think that this version of the Joker is not the actual Joker that we know. I think this version of the Joker might even end up dying in this movie, and this guy inspires someone else, a younger version of a Joker, to become that sadistic Joker character. It's something similar that they did on Gotham, I think a season ago, but there's no way that this timeline would fall in together if that was little Bruce Wayne as an 8-year-old, and then there's a 48-year-old Joker making him smile. So I think that this guy, this version of the Joker, is going to die and be a martyr, and this is going to spawn the real Joker that we will see in the DC universe down the road. I think that's kind of what I've been seeing. Let's see. Copper Age Commando says, I smell you're cooking. Let's see what Bear Island Comics. I totally agree. What did Bear Island Comics say? Let's go. Joker shouldn't have a backstory at all, in my opinion. He is pure chaos. You know what? Joker has multiple backstories. There's not, you can go back, you can go through the Red Hood, you can go through the other versions of the Joker and stuff like that. So his backstory has been played a few different things. But I would kind of agree with you. I like the fact that for a long time I didn't know what the backstory was, because there was a few different ones. But anyway, that is my feeling on the Joker itself. I think that this version of the Joker is going to die at the end of this movie. I think that he is a martyr. I think that he's going to start someone who is really sadistic is going to see this, and he's going to take it upon himself to become the real Joker. And we see, flash forward, if they reboot Batman or whatnot, and we see the Joker spawn from this one interact with the kid Joker, or the kid Bruce Wayne himself. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is the real definitive version of the Joker? Do you think this is just a stepping on point for another version of the Joker for us to see in the DC universe? Because it'd be stupid for them not to use the Joker character in future DC universe movies as one of the villains to either Batman or Superman or whoever. It doesn't really matter. Comic Collection Agency says, I was thinking the same thing. Adam Sandler as Joker and Carrey back as, I like Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I thought he was pretty funny, and the Riddler character is interesting. So I actually, that movie, that's one of the best parts about that movie, I thought, was the Riddler being, or the Jim Carrey being the Riddler. Okay. On another, I agree, sir. It looks like Robert Galvin agrees with me. Thank you so much. Hey, do me a favor, guys. I don't normally ask this, but if you can go ahead and hit that like button. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right thing, but it looks like we got about 90 people watching. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, because Tom told me that it helps. And I listen to Tom. He's a good guy. So if you could do me a favor, hit that like button. Only if you liked what you've seen. If you haven't liked it, don't hit the like button. And if you haven't liked it, you probably should be watching something else. There's an auction going on right now, apparently. But that's my theory on the Joker trailer. The other trailer, I think, was the Avengers one. I don't know if that was late last week or earlier this week. I'm not really for sure. That was a lot of fun seeing the. I think there's a lot of misleading elements in that new Avengers trailer, because they did that in the last one, and I think they're doing the same thing in this one, which is fine. I don't want to know. I'd rather go into this Avengers movie and not know a single damn thing, because I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, we got the Shazam movie that came out today. Did anybody see Shazam yet? Was Shazam any good? I'm probably going to wait till it comes out on video or something like that. I actually just watched Aquaman like a couple of days ago. I hadn't seen Aquaman, and I finally watched that. I actually didn't like it. I thought it was a lot of glitz and glamour as far as story itself. I was like, it didn't really do nothing for me. But I'm glad I watched it. It was worth watching. But did anybody see Shazam yet? Did anybody? What do you think? Was it good? Was the villain? My thing with superhero movies, the villain has to be extremely powerful for me to really get into it, and it has to be a villain worthy of the hero itself. And I'm curious if the villain in Shazam lived up to the name of being a villain. Was it a formidable villain, or was it just something that you could probably push over when push comes to shove? So I'm curious about that. Okay. So let's see here. We talked about some stuff today. I don't want to go too much longer. We've already been at almost 50 minutes. I coughed a little bit. Not as bad as last week. And I want to say thanks to the people that to Sarah and Jeff that helped me out last week. I couldn't have done my live stream without them last week, and they really helped me out and kind of pulled me through it, because I was not doing well. I was literally sweating and coughing and falling over in my chair, and they were there to help me out, and we had a good time. So I want to say thank you to them. I don't know if any more of those Bueller indie boxes are available. Like I said, there was only 2 or 3 left. It looks like something sold. I'm not sure, but if you want to check, the link is down below. The Bueller's Bargains on eBay. You can go check it out. You can go and I don't know, you can go buy them if they're there. If they're not there, I'm sorry. If they're still there, there's might be a couple left. You can go ahead and purchase. They're independent boxes. They're all 11 independent titles. I got some really cool stuff that I threw in there. Like I said, I bought a new collection the other day, and a lot of that collection is going to be in the next round of Bueller boxes, which will be next week. I want to talk about next week. I will have a guest. I don't want to say who it is for sure, but I will have a guest again. I'm pretty excited. It's either going to be one guy or another guy. One guy you guys know of, and he's I've talked about having him on the show before. I need to get with him. He said he would. It's just the timing never worked out. I'd really love to have this guy on. As far as I know, he's never done a live stream before. And if I can get him on, I'm going to see what I can. If not next week, then the week after. If that doesn't work out, then I have a different gentleman that wants to come on. And I'm trying to work that out as well. And I've talked about his product before, and he'll highlight some of his product, and we'll talk about it, and it should be a lot of fun. Bear Island Comics, he's coming up with some names and stuff. Bear Island might be on the ball there, but yeah, I need to get with him. I'll just say it, Jim Comics. I've talked to him in the past. I haven't talked to him recently just because I've been sick and stuff like that. But he's, I've asked him if he's wanting to come on. He said he would like to. We got to work it out and get the time frame. I'd love to have Jim on. He's got some great information. He puts out some great videos. And I think you guys would really enjoy interacting with him live, because for the most of what I know, he just does pre-recorded videos. And this will give everyone a chance to say, hey, Jim, what's going on? So I got to get with him. I'm going to make it at a point this week. And everybody is a big fan of his. Hey, Brett Hess Art is in here. Don't forget to check out Brett Hess Art. There's some of his art right there. You can go check him out on his Instagram page, and you can find his website, and you can buy some of his art. And he's been working on some new stuff I think I've been seeing, and he's one of my favorites. Go check him out. And also, Shannon B says, love Jim's Comics. Of course, he's a good guy. So looking forward. Hopefully I can put that together, get him on the show. We can talk about comics. We can talk about speculation. I know he does a lot of picks, spec books and stuff like that. And I'd love to hear his input and just see what he has to say. We were supposed to actually meet each other not too long ago. Our plans fell through. We were going to go have a coffee together, and he wasn't able to make it. I wasn't able to make it, which is too bad, because that would have been a lot of fun. Don't forget, the Comic Core is tonight. Starts at 7 o'clock. I think I just saw Chad in here a little bit ago. Yeah, he's in there. So Comic Core is at 7 o'clock tonight. I don't know what's going on in the Comic Core, but it's always a lot of fun. It's every Friday night at 7 o'clock. And I think I already talked about the guest possibly for next week. All right, guys. I think this was fun. I appreciate everybody taking the time to come out tonight and put up with my cough that is fading, but it's still there. We talked about Major X. We talked about the Joker. We talked about some other things, and I had a good time. I'll let you guys go. I appreciate everybody, and it's good to be back. And hopefully next week I won't have any cough whatsoever. So everyone have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday morning for the coffee comics on the new set. It should be a lot of fun. I had fun tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You guys know what to do. I'll see you next time.